Sharp 9 p.m. in India. Let's respect time. Let's start. Hello everyone. Am I audible, guys? Please confirm in the comment section, in the chat. How are you, sir? Yes, I'm doing great, boss. Thank you so much for asking. What about you guys? Hope you all are doing well. So tell me today what you want to learn, right? There are so many VPNs pending. I couldn't cover everything, right? But still we have today, right? Today is the last day of this VPN bootcamp, and I'm going to give you some option. See, you can ask me to configure one hybrid setup where I can have L3 VPN and GRE VPN, or you can ask me to configure remote access VPN and SSL VPN, or you can ask me to configure GRE over IPsec VPN, right? No audible. Okay, so sorry. Am I audible now? So just I was asking how are you guys? Hope you all are well, and I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Just I was asking that today is the last day of our VPN bootcamp, right? So tell me, what should I cover today? Should I cover remote access VPN or SSL VPN configuration, or GRE over IPsec, or the hybrid lab where I can implement L3 VPN as well as GRE VPN, right? I will go through your response only, right? So please, you chat. Voice is low, sir. Is my voice low? Is my voice low? No. Low, sir. No, sir. No. It's okay. No, okay. DMVPN, GRE over IPsec will be better. Okay. I will go with a majority of people. So one are saying DMVPN, but DMVPN is so easy. It is nothing but the multiple GRE. DMVPN is what? DMVPN is nothing but the multiple GRE. GRE is point to point VPN, and DMVPN is point to multi-point VPN. At each side you are going to configure GRE point to point, and at the hub side you are going to configure multi-point. That's too easy, very easy. Either you can go with hybrid scenario where we can implement, yes, GRE over IPsec as well as MPLS L3 VPN with VRF and MPBGP, right? But it's totally up to you. Many of you are very consistent here, right? Joining every classes on time. So I will go through your suggestion. So please type in the chat. Can you cover more deep dive in VPN with this bootcamp? See, today is the last day of bootcamp, brother. Whatever I can cover, I am trying my best, right, to cover the maximum thing, but it is not possible to cover everything about VPN in just 3 hours, right? It is not possible, sir. But definitely today also I will give my best to cover as much as I can, right? Introduction to SD-WAN and MPLS VPN. SD-WAN VPN. SD-WAN also uses IPsec, right? Yesterday you had seen the IPsec VPN. In SD-WAN, all the sites are going to establish IPsec, but in the SD-WAN you don't need to configure, just you need to define the encapsulation protocol. It should be GRE or IPsec. There are two protocols in SD-WAN, either GRE or IPsec for data plane, not for control plane. For control plane we have DTLS and TLS, control connection between all the WAN devices and our controller. And between the sites, for data plane, how two sites are going to communicate, are going to exchange the data with the help of IPsec. All the sites will have T-lock of each other through vSmart, and as soon as one WAN device is going to receive T-lock of other side, it will try to establish IPsec. The technology is same, concept is same. Remember the three parameters to secure any channel, whether it is IPsec or SSL VPN. In both cases, we are using these three parameters to secure our channel. SSL is also a security feature like your IPsec to secure our VPN, right? And SSL also offer authentication, integrity, and confidentiality. You can define the hashing algorithm, encryption algorithm, and authentication method. In SD-WAN, all the sites will have IPsec. All the WAN devices will have IPsec with each other only if they have the different side ID. If we have multiple router at same side ID, then they will not form any kind of IPsec, right? Because IPsec is our public network. So if we have two WAN router at same site, they will never forward traffic via transport via public network. They will directly communicate. So if side ID on two WAN router is same 100 and 100, they will never form IPsec. But if side ID is 10 and 20, they will form IPsec automatically. So VPN technology is going to be same everywhere, whether it is IPsec or in case of MPLS or in case of internet transport. Let me show you one lab here. I had created this lab for you guys. If you will ask me to configure this lab, then I will go with this. Let me show you all the labs. See, is my screen visible? Yes, very good. So this is one lab. Here I can configure MPLS L3 VPN between this P2P provider edge to provider edge router between ISP1 and ISP2. Here you can see we have internet. So our internet transport I can configure GRE, and then to secure the GRE I can implement IPsec. That will be your GRE over IPsec, and then we can perform best path selection, path manipulation between these two transport or over these two VPNs, right? The same company, same customer has two sides, side 1 and side 2. The another lab can be this one. Here you can see I have one ASA firewall, and this ASA firewall is connected with public network internet, and here I have one home user. Actually this is nothing but my local laptop, and then here is my corporate network. So here if you will ask me to configure SSL VPN or remote access VPN, I will use this lab, and I will show you how this home user can access the corporate infrastructure, right? How we can create the VPN here between this home user and my edge device. My edge device over here is ASA firewall, and here edge device can be ASA firewall, it can be router, it can be another firewall, next generation firewall, it can be FortiGate, Palo Alto, right? Any edge device. And about the theory, I can show you the theory of each VPN. Today I am going to share this PDF as well with you guys in the WhatsApp group. Right here you can read about all the VPNs. Policy based VPN, this was also very interesting, but I couldn't cover. DM VPN is easy. Remote access VPN, MPLS L3 VPN, L2 VPN, inter-AS MPLS VPN, MPLS over GRE. This is rarer VPN. Very rarely we are using in the production, but very important. When it's required, then you have to configure only. There is no any another option in the production. And the hybrid lab, I had told you that at last I will show you one hybrid lab. So this can be my hybrid lab, this one. Let me check your chat. So see here also. Can you cover SSL? I can cover, brother. Why not? Let me see. Could you upload these bootcamp videos on YouTube? Yes, it will be available on YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. So, please here. Guys, now tell me what you want today. If you will ask me, then the most informative can be this one, the hybrid lab. So let's do one thing. Let's configure, as he is saying, SD-WAN. Brother, SD-WAN will take entire session just to onboard the devices. Right? We cannot see the configuration, and I have already told you how IPsec is going to work in SD-WAN. Please make separate session for SD-WAN. Definitely, noted. I will do that. But for now, if I am going to discuss VPN in the SD-WAN, guys, most of you will not understand it, right? Because might be possible you don't have the fundamental knowledge of SD-WAN. So let's continue with this VPN. Here I am going to configure MPLS L3 VPN between these two, P to P, and GRE over this C to C over internet. Okay. So let me check the IP configurations are, I think, already done on this router. Here this router is not configured. Enable and R1. So IP interface brief exclude and assign. So R1 is already configured. Great. R1 is already configured. Is there any routing protocol running? So IP protocol. Yes. Which routing protocol is running? OSPF routing protocol is running for internal reachability. Let me check R3 as well. R3. So IP interface brief exclude and assign. Okay. So here on router number 3 I have one loopback, and on router number 1 I have one loopback. See the benefit of creating VPN over loopback is what? Can anyone tell me what will be the benefit of configuring VPN through loopback IP address? Guys, for an example, here I have two sites, P1 and P2. This P1 and P2, this one is in Mumbai and this one is in Delhi. And between Mumbai and Delhi, there are so many ways. Right. So here, if I am going to configure not only VPN, let's say a BGP session between P1 to P2 through physical interface. So if my physical interface will goes down, then my BGP session will goes down. But if I am going to configure BGP through loopback 1.1.1 and 2.2.2, then until and unless one path is active between P1 and P2, my BGP session will be up. So that's why you will always configure L3 VPN or L2 VPN through loopback IP addresses. Okay, and through OSPF routing protocol, I am assuming 1.1.1 and 3.3.3 are reachable with each other. Let me take you to R1 and let me ping 3.3.3.3 and source 1.1.1.1, and you can see ping is working. That means we have reachability through OSPF routing protocol. Now router 2 is my P router, provider router, normal configuration router, right? Router 2 cannot install customer prefixes, because this time you are able to see the service provider network is just connecting two sites of same customer. But like this customer A, there can be thousands of customers connected with service provider network. So that's why router 2 is not going to install customer prefixes in their routing table. Then how router 2 will forward the traffic between site 1 and site 2? That will be the magic with the help of label. If you know the MPLS, you can answer me. with the help of label, that is label based forwarding. Okay, so we'll see that. Let me access router 4 here and let me define the IP addresses on router number 4 first. Interface F0/1 is my LAN interface, say no shutdown, and here I am going to configure one IP address 10.1.1. Let's say 100.255.255.255.0. This is my LAN interface. Then interface F0/0 is my WAN interface facing towards MPLS, say no shut, and IP address. Here I am going to configure IP 14.1.1.1.255.255.255.0. Not 1, here I will configure .4 and .1 R1. Now guys, here you can see one more interesting thing. Inside one I am using what? I am using private subnet in the LAN, and multiple company can use same private subnet, and same service provider can connect that company side as well who is using same IPv4 private subnet. In that case, how service provider is going to differentiate the customer? With the help of VRF. With the help of VRF. So what you will do on router number 1, you are going to first separate the customer A with the help of VRF. Let me create one VRF A here for customer A. I am going to define RD value, route distinguisher value 1:1. Route distinguisher is used to differentiate VPN v4 prefix, right? It will make your IPv4 prefix to VPN v4 prefix to exchange through MPBGP, right? And then we can also define the route target value. Route target is similar like the BGP community. So I'm saying 100:100 here. I have configured the VRF do so IP VRF. You can see VRF A is created, but I don't have any interface in this VRF. Let me put interface F0/1 in this VRF because this interface belongs to customer A, and for customer A I have created VRF A. Okay, so say IP VRF A, and then IP address. See, IP address. I'm not able to run IP address command here. First, I have to use this command, interface F0/1 IP VRF forwarding A. This command will put this interface in VRF A, and now IP address 14.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Now this network will be not in global routing table. If you are going to check global routing table, now R1 is maintaining 2 dedicated routing table. One global routing table, so IP route, and you can see in the global routing table we have fast Ethernet 0/0 and the OSPF routes, and one routing table for VRF A, so IP route VRF A, and in the A VRF routing table, see there is no any prefix, right? There is no any submit. Why? So IP interface brief, because of this interface is shut down. So go to interface F0/1 and say no shutdown. And now if you will check VRF A routing table, so IP route VRF A, you will find this subnet 14.1.1.0/24. So service provider will always put your interface, customer interface, in VRF. Loopback never goes down. Yes, this is also one reason loopback is always up. Very good. As loopback is the logical interface, it will never goes down. Please explain the VRF. VRF stands for virtual routing forwarding. VRF is a tool which is used to create multiple routing instances on a single router. By default, router maintain single routing table, that is called global routing table. But with the help of VRF, you can create multiple routing table. Like service providers connect multiple different customers network together. So for each customer, service provider is going to create one dedicated routing table. Similar like VLAN. By default, all the ports of switch belongs to single broadcast domain because all the ports belongs to same VLAN. sorry, yeah, same VLAN, VLAN 1, default VLAN. But with the help of VLAN, we can create multiple MAC address table on the switch. We can create multiple broadcast domain. Similarly, VRF is a tool which is used to create multiple routing table on router, or you can say a tool used to divide our router virtually. Okay, hope it is clear. So that's why here I have created one VRF, and now you can see in VRF A routing table I have this 14 subnet. Similarly, I am going to configure router 6 as well. At the last, this VPN session is going to be very useful for you. Okay, so let me configure LAN interface of router number 6, which is the edge router at another site F0/1. Say no shutdown and IP address. Here I will configure 20.1.100 and 255.255.255.0 interface F0/0, which is the WAN port facing towards MPLS cloud. Say no shutdown and IP address 36.1.1.6 255.255.255.0. We'll do same thing on router number 3 as well. Like I have created VRF on router 1. Similarly, I am going to create VRF on router number 3 as well. IP VRF A. On router 1 also I have VRF A. On router 3 also I am going to create VRF A, because on both the router I have one side of same customer, right? Let's suppose this customer has another side 3, which is connected with router number 4. So on router number 4 also you are going to create VRF A. It is like that. VRF A, then RD value 1:1 and route target value 100:100, the BGP community. And exit, then go to interface F0/1, say IP VRF forwarding A, and after that you can configure IP address here 36.1.1.3 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Now here also you can check routing table. So IP route, this command will give you the global routing table output. So IP route, and so IP route VRF A will give you the output of VRF A routing table. So IP route VRF A. This is the VRF A routing table, you can see. Done. Now to exchange the VRF prefixes, where we have added the RD value with our IPv4 prefix. IPv4 prefix plus RD value, route distinguisher value, is called VPN v4 prefix. IPv4 plus RD is called VPN v4 prefix. v4 prefix. And guys, our normal IPv4 protocol cannot advertise VPN v4 prefixes like EIGRP, OSPF, BGP, ISIS. These protocols can only advertise IPv4 prefixes, not VPN v4 prefixes. Any random IP? Any random IP means, sir? What it mean? Okay, so let me show you one more thing here. So IP VRF A, and if I am going to say detail, it will give you the detail information. So IP VRF and detail. Here you can check the detail information, like what RD value you have defined, what RT value you have defined, and so IP route VRF and 14.1.1.0 like this. So IP route VRF A, and after that I can define the subnet VRF 14.1.1.0. like this. I can open it in detail and you can verify it, the detail informations. right? Now to exchange the VP and V4 prefix here, I have to configure MPBGP, not normal BGP. Could you talk after the live if you don't mind? Could we talk after this live in private if you don't mind? Yes, sure, we can talk, brother. I will share my number at the last. So VRF configuration is done. Now next thing is here to advertise these prefixes. See, first of all, customer is going to advertise their prefixes to provider router, and here we need to configure any routing protocol between P and C. Between P and C we need to configure any routing protocol. You tell me which routing protocol you want to configure. You can enable any routing protocol, right? BGP, OSPF, EIGRP. Let's configure EIGRP. Let's make it simple. Say router EIGRP is number 10 here, and network 10.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.255, and the network 14.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.255. This is the EIGRP configuration for IPv4 prefixes, right? So IP EIGRP interface, you can see EIGRP is enabled on both interfaces, but there is no any EIGRP neighbor. So IP EIGRP neighbor. EIGRP neighborship is not there. Now I need to enable EIGRP on router number 1, but for which VRF? For VRF A, not for the global. Not for global. So let me take you to router 1, and on router number 1, see how I am going to configure the EIGRP protocol here. And one more thing, if you are going to configure EIGRP, then you have to redistribute EIGRP into BGP and BGP into EIGRP, right? So if you want to avoid the redistribution, then you have to configure BGP between P and C as well, right? To configure BGP here on the C router, I can enable multiple routing protocol. EIGRP is already running. I can also enable the BGP. Okay, so router BGP AS number, let's say 100, and here I can say neighbor 14.1.1.1, and remote AS of neighbor is the remote AS of neighbor is, let's say 500. On router number 1, right? AS number in the service provider network is 500, and then I can advertise the network. Which network? 10.1.1.0 and mask 255.255.255.0. If you will run BGP, you don't need to perform redistribution. And in the production, in 99% cases, you will be using BGP only between P and C. Between provider is and customer is, you will always use BGP protocol. So on router number 4, on C router, I have enabled EIGRP as well as I have enabled BGP protocol. Now on router number 1, either you can configure EIGRP or you can configure BGP. Let me say router BGP as number, sorry, here 500, and neighbor 14.1.1.4, and remote AS of neighbor is 100. Guys, who will tell me, will my BGP neighborship come up here? Will my BGP neighborship come up? No. See, BGP neighborship is not up. Why BGP neighborship is not up? Tell me in the comment section why BGP neighborship is not up here between P router and C router. Why BGP session is down? Let me check your chat. EIGRP not come. Forget about the EIGRP. I'm talking about BGP. Mismatch AS? No, sir. AS number is 500 on router number 1, and remote AS is 100. Router number 1 I have configured. On router 4 I have configured only 100. Here you can see S 100 and remote AS 500. So AS number is correct. For the EIGRP also, let me show you. If you are thinking that let Praphul EIGRP neighbors will come up. So router EIGRP AS number was 10, and here I am going to say neighbor, not neighbor, directly network command, network 14.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.255. See, my EIGRP neighborship is still not up, because this is not the way to configure EIGRP for any VRF. Right? This way we are not configuring EIGRP for VRF. Let me say no. This will enable EIGRP on the normal if the interface is in global routing table. But in my case, interface F0/1 on router number 1 is in VRF, not in global routing table. So here you have to use address family command. Address family is a tool which can be used to change our network type, IPv4, IPv6. When you want to configure EIGRP for IPv6, you have to use address family. When you want to configure EIGRP for VRF, you have to use address family feature. So address family, then IPv4, then unicast, then VRF, and then VRF-A. And here you will define the EIGRP commands, right? Even one more thing, here you should define the AS number as well, autonomous system number 100. Address family IPv4 VRF-A and question mark. And now here I am saying network 14.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.255. Again my EIGRP neighborship is not up. Now can anyone tell me why EIGRP neighborship is not up here? Router EIGRP number 10, address family IPv4, unicast, VRF-A, and then this was the command. And here I have advertised the 14 network 14.1.1.0 0.0.255, but my neighborship is not up. Why, guys? Autonomous system command should be also here. No one know this. Let me check. Need to enable EIGRP on both router VRF. No sir, no. First of all, when you are saying router EIGRP number 10, so that AS number is for IPv4, not for VRF, right? So even I can say EIGRP number 100, router EIGRP number 100, then also my neighborship will come up. And here we should have one command, address family IPv4 VRF and then autonomous system. Similarly for BGP, router BGP 500 and then address family IPv4 unicast VRF-A. And here if I will define the neighbor, who is the neighbor? 14.1.1.4 and remote AS of neighbor is 100, then my neighborship will come up. This time I have defined BGP neighbor for VRF. Right. Now go to router number 4 and check the log message. What happened? Ping VRF, ping VRF A and 14.1.1.4. Ping is working, and now you can see here the log message. Your BGP neighborship is up. Similarly, on router 4 and router 6, between C and this C and this P, also I can enable any routing protocol. And now here on router number 1, I am assuming the route, the private subnet of customer A side 1 in the BGP table. So IP BGP VPN v4 unicast or all. You can see 10.1.1.0/24. But normal, if you will check the normal BGP, so IP BGP, you can see nothing is there, right? In the normal IPv4 BGP table, nothing is there. But in the VPN v4, I have one subnet 10.1.1.0. If I am going to open it in detail, 10.1.1.0, then you will see the VPN v4 prefix here, guys. This is what? This is VPN v4 prefix, you can see. 1:1 ratio 10.1.1.0/24. This is VPN v4. IPv4 prefix plus your RD value. How it have added RD value 1:1? Because router 1 is going to receive this subnet 10.1.1.0 on this interface on F0/1, and F0/1 is in VRF A, right? And for VRF A, my RD value is 1:1. Similarly, on router number 6, also I can enable BGP. Let me say config T router BGP AS number. Here I can say 200, and then neighbor 36.1.1.3, and remote AS I can say same 500. Remote AS 500, and then advertise network 20.1.1.0 and mask 255.255.255.0. And now go to router number 3, and let's configure BGP. Router BGP AS number 100, address family, and here if I will define neighbor 36.6, neighborship will not come up. Here we need to configure BGP neighborship for VRF, right? So address family IPv4 unicast VRF A, and for VRF A, who is the neighbor? 36.1.1.6, and what is the remote AS of neighbor? 200. And now here as well my neighborship will come up, and after that you can check. So IP BGP VPN v4 all. Just wait for some time. The notification message, I think I did some mistake. Do so run section BGP. Let me check section BGP. Okay, so router BGP 500, not 100. No router BGP AS number 100. No router BGP AS number 100. And let me say router BGP AS number 500, and neighbor, not neighbor here, address family IPv4 unicast VRF A, and then neighbor. Who is the neighbor? 36.1.1.6, and remote AS of neighbor is 200. Now my neighborship will come up. Now you can see BGP neighbor up, and so IP BGP VPN v4. Router 6 is advertising the prefixes or not. Let me check here once. So IP BGP on the customer router, see I am checking like this only. This subnet is only valid, not best. Can anyone tell me why 20.1.1.0/24 is only valid, not best? So IP interface brief. This one, why it is only valid in the BGP table, not best. Now this is valid and best. And now on router number 3 you can check VPN v4 prefix. Now guys, see, most interesting thing is here only. Now router 1 is receiving the customer private subnet, router 3 is also receiving the customer private subnet. Now how you will advertise the prefixes of customer between P to P, between provider S to provider H? For that, here you are going to create the VPN. Which VPN? This particular type of VPN is called MPLS L3 VPN. This particular VPN is called MPLS L3 VPN. So let's create MPLS L3 VPN here between router 1 and router 3 with the help of loopback. Go to R1, config T, and router BGPS number 100, sorry, not 100, 500, router BGPS number 500, address family VPN v4, unicast for VRF, unicast, and then neighbor, who is neighbor 3.3.3.3, and I need to activate this neighbor. What it's saying? Specify the remote AS of your neighbor first, right? Neighbor 3.3.3.3. Can I define the remote AS here? Remote AS 500. And then what it's saying? General session command not allowed under the address family. You need to go one step back. And here if you are going to define neighbor 3.3.3.3 and remote AS 500. This is for IPv4. Similarly, if I am going to run the command on router number 3 as well, that your neighbor 1.1.1 remote AS 500, router BGPS number 500, and neighbor 1.1.1.1 and remote AS 500. IPv4 neighborship will come up. BGP IPv4 neighborship will come up here. So IP BGP summary. You can see neighbor is in active state. It will take some time, right? Then your status will be established. Ping 1.1.1.1 and source 3.3.3.3. There must be reachability. Yes, there is reachability. So TCP brief. Even I can verify the TCP connection, right? Well, how to troubleshoot the BGP session. This is the first step, checking the TCP table, TCP brief. Advertiser to implement the same routing throughout the whole network. Is it advisable to implement the same routing through same routing protocol? Yes, brother. To avoid the redistribution, I have configured the same routing protocol. Status is now established. But this BGP session cannot advertise VPN v4 prefix. Still you can check. So IP BGP VPN v4 all. We have only 20 subnet. We are not able to find customer side 1 prefix 10 subnet, and in the routing table of or BGP table of R1 also. So IP BGP VPN v4 all, only 10, right? So now we need to activate the neighbor for VPN v4, router BGPS number 500, and here address family VPN v4 unicast, and now I am going to say neighbor 3.3.3.3, and this neighbor activate. Similarly on router number 3 also I am going to activate the BGP neighborship for VPN v4, router BGPS number 500, address family VPN v4 unicast, and neighbor 1.1.1.1 activate. Now we will have one more BGP neighborship here between 1.1.1 and 3.3.3. That is for VPN v4, right? And now after some time, if you will check the table, Just wait. After some time, I am expecting 10 subnet as well here in the BGP table. So IP, BGP, VPN v4, all summary. There is only one neighbor. This neighbor state is active. It can take some time. Or the status is active because of some issue. If there is some issue, we'll troubleshoot it. So IP, BGP, VPN v4, all summary. This is the command to check VPN v4 neighborship. Neighbor is active. What can be the reason? If anyone have idea? So run section BGP. Let me check the BGP configuration once here. Router BGP 500, neighbor 500, 14.14, okay, 100. Address family VPN v4, neighbor 3.3.3, activate, send community extended, okay. Address family IPv4 VRFA, neighbor this one, and this number is already activated. Let me take you to R3, and so run section BGP. Let me check the configuration here as well. $200. Address family VPN v4, neighbor 1.1.1, activate, okay. It's looks fine. Router BGP yes number 500, address family IPv4, unicast VRF A, neighbor 3.3.3.3, remote yes 500, and config T, router BGP yes number 500, address family IPv4, unicast VRF A, and neighbor 1.1.1.1, remote yes 500. For VRFA as well, I have defined the BGP neighborship, but this command is not required because see, I will have single MPLS L3 VPN between P to P, which can carry traffic of multiple customer, not customer A only, right? So we will never define any remote AS or the activate command like this. Better to remove this command. This command is not required. And on R1 as well. Here only will define the neighbor command for customer edge router. For customer edge router only. No one is answering. So only I have to troubleshoot. So run interface loopback 1. So run interface loopback 1 R3. So run interface loopback 1. Okay. So IP BGP VPN v4 all, and summary, neighborship should be up. 1.1.1 AS number 500, sent message 0. Can anyone tell me what is the issue? Now I got the issue. What is the issue, guys? For iBGP, can anyone tell me what will be the TTL value in BGP update? If I am going to capture this link, F0/0, can anyone tell me what will be the TTL value in the BGP update message? What will be the TTL value in the BGP update message? What will be the TTL value in BGP update message? 1, right? So with router 1, can router 1 reach to router number 3 with TTL value 1? Can router 1 reach to router number 3 with TTL value 1? If no, then tell me what can be, how I can fix this issue. How can I fix this issue? Router BGPS number 500. 500. How I can fix this issue? Here are the commands. Here are the command with never. TTL security? No, 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 not TTL security. Which one? This one. BGP TTL security, guys. Should I use BGP TTL security here? Hello. Okay. See, when router 1 will send any update message to 3.3.3.3, what will be the source address? Exit interface IP address, right? So here I need to say update source loopback 1. What it's saying? Address family IPv4, unicast, VRF, neighbor, sorry, 3.3.3.3, update source, loopback 1. Now will my neighborship come up? Now you can see the log message. And as soon as your BGP session will come up, you can verify the BGP VPN v4 table. So IP BGP VPN v4 all. Now you can see I am receiving customer side to private subnet. I am on router number 1, 20 subnet is there. And on router number 3, so IP BGP VPN v4 all. You can see side 1 private subnet 10.1.1.0. Let me take you to the customer edge router now, R4. So IP route BGP. So IP route BGP. Is it receiving 20 subnet? Side 2 prefix? Yes. And router 6, side 2 router. So IP route BGP. Is it receiving 10 subnet? Yes. Now tell me, can these two sides ping to each other? Can will communication work between side 1 and side 2? If I am going to ping 20.1.1 and source 10.1.1, will ping work? Sorry, 20.1.100 and source 10.1.100. Ping is not working. Now who will explain? Who will tell me why ping is not working? No, ping will not work. You can see ping is not working. Now why ping is not working? You can check the packet flow, right? Guys, if I will check packet flow here, when I will ping 20.1.1.100 from source 10.1.1.100 to 20.1.1.100, what will happen? Router 1 is going to compare destination with their routing table, not router 1, router 4. It will compare destination with routing table. So IP route 20.1.1.1, and in the routing table you can see route is there. Next hop is 14.1, means router 1. Router 4 will forward traffic to router number 1. Router 1 will receive traffic on fast Ethernet 0/1. Fast Ethernet 0/1 is a member of which VRF? VRFA. It will not find route in global routing table. In global routing table, if it is going to look up for this destination, you can see what it's saying. Network not in table, right? And even router will not compare destination IP address with global routing table because their receiving interface is in VRFA. So it will use command show IP route VRF A and then 20.1.1.1. So you can see in VRFA routing table route is there, and what is the next hop? Next hop is 3.3.3. Now to forward traffic to 3.3.3, what is the exit interface? So IP route 3.3.3.3. To forward traffic to 3.3.3, gateway is 12.2 and exit interface is fast Ethernet 0/0. So router 1 will forward traffic from fast Ethernet 0/0. Router 2 will receive the traffic, and now router 2 is going to compare destination with routing table, and you know router 2 don't have route. Router 2 is normal P router, provider router. So IP route 20.1.1.100. You can see network not in table. So router 2 is actually dropping the traffic, right? Because here I have enabled BGP between P to P, between router 1 to router number 3. That is my MPLS L3 VPN. Both the routers have exchanged VPN v4 prefix through this VPN only. And router 2 will not install customer subnet. What I will do here? I will enable now MPLS. I will enable MPLS, label based forwarding here on order 1, 2 and 3. Then automatically your ping will start working. Yes, MPLS. So let me take you to router number 1 and config T interface F0/0 MPLS IP. MPLS IP. Go to router number 2, config T interface range F0/0 and F1/0 MPLS IP. We can enable it globally as well, and as we are running OSPF, we can enable MPLS with the help of OSPF as well. Interface range F0/0 and F1/0, sorry 0/1 and MPLS IP. Right, there are multiple ways to enable MPLS like router OSPF process ID 1. Now you can see LDP neighborship is up between router 1 and router 2. Here I can say MPLS LDP auto config, right? So it will automatically enable LDP protocol on all the OSPF enabled interface, right? Now we have LDP neighborship between router 1 and router 2 to exchange the label. Let me take you to router number 3, and on router number 3 as well, let me enable the MPLS interface F0/0 MPLS IP. Here also LDP neighborship will come up. Just wait. Yes, you can see MPLS LDP neighborship is up. Now on router number 1, if you will compare destination IP again with the routing table, see on router 1 what is the change now. So IP route VRF A and 20.1.1.100. Now see guys, there is label. Now there is label, and now router will forward traffic based on label. Router 1 will add label and router 3 will pop the label, remove the label. If customer is going to ping now, ping 20.1, you can see ping is now working. Side 1 and side 2 users are able to now communicate. How? Based on label. MPLS cloud will forward traffic based on label, not based on RIB or FIB. Now router 1, 2, router 1 and router 3, both the P routers are going to check the RIB table or FIB table. But between P to P, all the router will forward traffic based on label. Let's say 1000 routers are there between P to P. Those all routers will be forwarding traffic based on label. Right? If these ISPs routers are already configured, then here we can configure GRE tunnel as well. So IP protocol, yes, you can see BGP protocol, OSPF protocol is already running here, and ISP1. So IP route 5.5.5 is my local loopback, and 6.6.6, I think 6.6.6 is the loopback on router number 3, means ISP3 enable. So IP interface brief, yes, IP address on this interface F1/0, right? So both ISPs are already reachable with each other. This is the IP address of ISP3. Let me take you to ISP1, and from ISP1, if I am going to ping ISP3, ping ISP3, then you can see ping is working, right? Now I can configure this link as well, the WAN link between CE router, customer edge router and ISP edge router. Config T, let me say interface F0/0, interface F0/0, IP address 15.1.1.1 255.255.255.0 and IP OSPF 1 area 0. Go to router number 3, means ISP3, and on ISP3 also let me configure the WAN link. interface F0/0, no shutdown, IP OSPF 1 area 0, and IP address is 16.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. And on both C router I am going to configure public IP address, and both the public IP addresses will be reachable from each other. Both the public IP addresses will be reachable from each other. Go to R4 and config T, interface F1/0, no shutdown, and IP address 15.1.1. Let's say 10 255.255.255.0. And on R6 config T, interface F1/0, no shutdown, and IP address 16.1.1.10 255.255.255.0. You can verify the reachability, public reachability between side 1 to side 4. Ping 16.1.1.10. Ping will not work because default route is not configured till now. I will configure one default route towards ISP. So let me add one default route as well. IP route 0.0.0, 0.0.0, exit interface F0/0, and next hop IP 15.1.1.1. Towards internet, you will always configure one default route. R6. Here also I am going to add one default route. IP route 0.0.0, 0.0.0, exit interface F0/0, and next hop IP address 16.1.1.1. And now if you will ping the remote side public IP address, ping 16.1.1.10, you can see ping should work now. If ping is not working, we'll verify the internet router directly. Let me access internet router and let me check the routing table. So IP route 16 subnets are there, but 15 subnets are not there in routing table, right? Let me take you to ISP1. And so IP interface brief. Okay, this interface is not configured properly. Interface F0/0, no shutdown, and IP address 15.1.1.1 255.255.255.0, IP OSPF 1 area 0. And now you can check connectivity. Here I am expecting now 15 submit, fine. Now let me take you to again router number 4. And I am going to ping the remote side public IP address, and ping is working. So now I can form GRE tunnel here, right? Interface tunnel 1 and IP address. IP address is, let's say, 172.16.1.1 255.255.255.0. Then tunnel source. Tunnel source is going to be fast Ethernet 1/0, and tunnel destination. Tunnel destination is going to be 16.1.1.10. Go to router number 6, and here also let me create one tunnel. Interface tunnel 1, IP address 172.16.16.1.2 255.255.255.0. Tunnel source is going to be F1/0, and tunnel destination is going to be 15.1.1.10. Now my tunnel will come up, and as soon as your tunnel will come up, you can reach to tunnel, remote tunnel, ping 172.16.1.2, and see ping is working. And as ping is working, now I can configure any routing protocol over GRE router OSPF 1 network 172.16.1.0 0 or EIGRP routing protocol, router EIGRP ES number 10, and network 172.16.1.0 while karma 0.0.255. Go to router number 6 and let me enable EIGRP on router 6 as well. Router EIGRP ES number 10 and network 172.16.1.0 0.0.255. Now I am assuming EIGRP neighborship, and you can see my EIGRP neighborship is up. EIGRP neighborship is up. So our EIGRP, you can now exchange the route, your private subnet. To advertise the private subnet, I can here advertise network 10.1.1.0 and on daughter number 6 I can advertise 20.1.1.0 network 20.1.1.0. Now between side 1 and side 2 there are two transport, two path. One is our GRE and one is our MPLS. So tell me guys, router 4 and router 6 will be preferring which path? Internet path or MPLS path? Which path it will prefer? Please let me know in the comment section. If you are watching me on YouTube, just type in the chat comment section. Edge routers will prefer which transport? Internet or MPLS? Both internet, MPLS. Let me show you that also. Here I am going to take you to R4 and let me run command show IP route 20.1.1.0 and next up is 14.1 MPLS guys. Why MPLS? Why MPLS? Because of distance value. Distance for EIGRP is and distance for BGP is. If MPLS transport will goes down, interface F0/0 shut down. Now you can check again routing table. So IP route 20.1.1.0. Now you can see next hop IP address is changed. Now next hop IP address is remote interface IP address. Again when MPLS will come up, interface F0/0 no shutdown, it will start preferring MPLS. So in this 3-day boot camp, we have learned multiple types of VPNs and hope the total boot camp was helpful for you. Now guys, as many of you know that we are starting our new CCNA plus CCNP combo batch. So Arun is going to share some detail with you, right? And after that you can leave the session, and again in future we'll plan many more webinar. If you need webinar on any other specific topic or any one particular VPN, you can let us know. Definitely on the weekend or whenever we will have time, we will arrange it. Arun, am I audible to you?
Yes, yes,
Most
you are.
welcome, sir. Most welcome. Just I am stopping sharing my screen, Arun. Now you can share your screen and you can continue with the detail.
Thank you very much, sir. Hello,
Most welcome.
everyone. How are you all? Are you enjoying the session, guys?
Now
Let me know if my
you
screen is
all are
visible.
able to speak. You can speak.
Let me know if my screen is visible. Hello.
Hello.
I hope it is visible.
Yes, Arun, your screen is visible and people are commenting even. Yes, if you will check
Okay,
chat,
okay.
you will.
Thank you because I cannot check in the chat.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so guys, if you are still watching this bootcamp, it means that you are among the most serious guys in the networking. Because the very first day when we launched this bootcamp, the idea was to impart the best fundamental knowledge on VPN. And on the very first day, around 150 students were attending the session. And on the second day, the number was at least half, like around 70 to 80% people were watching this. And on the last day, I think only 30 to 40% of the people are available as compared to what we had on the first day. So it means that you are one of the most serious guys, and that is why this is something very special for you. Okay, you know the problem in networking, there are a lot of problem. First of all, the thing is there are no structured learning. Okay, outdated informations, like in, you know, if you are in networking, there is always updation in the course module. Whatever you are studying the next year or the day after, one more year, you will find something new updated in the course. Okay, so to align with the updated course, this is the second problem. Okay, and then lack of structural learning. In networking, there are a lot of things which requires all round study, comprehensive study, but because of no guidance, people lack in that. Despite having technical knowledge, they are very limited to theoretical knowledge. Okay, they don't have real time knowledge of the subject. They don't know how to work on real environment, and that is what we are bringing for you. Our CCNA CCNP combo batch is solution for you. Okay, this CCNA CCNP batch is starting from 18th of the August. Timing is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, this is very convenient time as most of you might be working professional. So we have picked this time for this reason only, that most of the working people will be available at this time. Okay, so this program is consisted of CCNA and CCNP. Means now you don't have to go for CCNA at a time and then another batch you need to join for CCNP. No, we have carefully curated the course combo CCNA and CCNP, in which you are going to learn CCNA and CCNP in the same course. If you are going to learn them separately, the issue is, first of all, you will invest the time in CCNA, and again you will spend your time in learning CCNP. The difference between CCNA and CCNP is not very much, but in CCNA you are studying about basics of networking, while if you talk about CCNP, so things become a bit advanced. Okay, but we are combining these two things to reduce your effort, to reduce your time, and increase the productivity. Okay, so this session will have a clear roadmap of learning how your classes will go on day by day. I will show you this also, and we focus very much on practical. If you are attending our 3-day webinar, so you would have seen that we are more focusing on practical learning by performing lab, by showing you how these things are working in real time. Okay, and the last thing is you will become job ready. Okay, after attending our course, we can definitely say that if you are getting a chance to sit in an interview, you are likely going to clear the interview. We have so many students all around the world, and after attending our courses, believe me, if you are a serious student, you have been watching us, so you would have observed remarkable improvement in your skill, and that is what our most of the students are reporting to us. Okay, so what is the feature of this course? 180 plus hours of live training. Okay, in a week we are going to meet 5 days. Okay, and the total duration of the course will be 90 days. During 90 days you will have 180 plus hours of study material, 24 into 7 lab support. You will have handwritten notes and premium study material from PM Networking, which we have carefully designed for our paid students. And then, apart from this, the most important thing is you are good at your technical skills. You are good at real-time troubleshooting. But the issue is you are unable to present your idea to interviewer. You are not clearly expressing your answer, then you might face problem, and that is why we have introduced this mock interview session, so that when you are going to face real time interview, so you feel confident, you feel that this is very normal for you. Okay, and if you are following us on our YouTube channel, so you would have seen consistently we are uploading their mock interview session of our batches. So recently we had take a mock interview of our CCNA CCNP batch, where we have uploaded the mock interview session. So those types of mock interview we are regularly, conducting. So these are actually the extra curriculum activities which help our student to get placed in top MNCs. Okay, and then mentorship. If you are enrolling in our course, so you will get direct contact to Praful sir. If you are having any issue, you just need to drop a message, and Praful sir will help you in not only your technical issues but also in career guidance, like if you are having any difficulty or confusion where to go, which path to select, or you want to know the future of networking or any kind of things, you can directly reach out to us. Okay, we have already told that we are going to focus on practical learning, expert guidance, clear roadmap. I will show you the roadmap what we are going to cover. And this session, this course is not going to only cover just certification but also make you job ready. Okay, and you are our special students, as you have been for a long time in the course, like 3 days regularly. So for you we are providing 30% discount. Okay, you just need to use this coupon code early 10. Okay, and this coupon code will be valid only for next 2 hours 11:59. So for that amount of time it will be available. Within this time, ensure that if you want to enroll, you can enroll yourself as earliest as possible. Okay, so these are our numbers. This is our WhatsApp chat link. If you have any query, you can reach out to us. You can also call us on this number. You can visit at PM Networking, and I'll also show you how you can enroll. Okay, so you just need to go on Google and search PM Networking. So you will get our website, and then you will come on live training section. In live training section, when you will hover, you will find course list, and there you will find our CCNA and CCNP combo course. Okay, this is our course. This is the starting date, 18th of the August. Timing is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Friday. The course duration, all the things that you want to know about the course is listed here. Okay, see, day wise roadmap, what you are going to study on day 1, day 2, day 3, we have listed here for all 90 days of the session. Okay, each day we will go plan by plan. Apart from this, if you want to get the discount of 30% that we have shared, so you just need to come here, add coupon code early 10. Actually there is an issue, I will fix it as soon as possible. So this coupon code will work when you will apply this. After 10 minutes I am going to report it to development department, so
Earlier,
they
one
will take.
guy was also saying the same issue. Like earlier, we had the offer, right?
Yeah,
When we
yeah,
had launched the
so
course, at that
it will
time,
be fixed in 10 minutes. It
some
will be
people
fixed
was
in 10
facing same
minutes.
issue.
You can use the same code after 10 minutes, and you can enroll. If uh, any one of you are still having any doubt or query, then you can directly reach out. I'm sending our WhatsApp detail, and also I'm sharing one WhatsApp group. Okay, where you can join and ask all the query regarding the course. Okay, I'm
So
sending
Arun,
it.
when this course will
Yes,
be completed? That means
sorry,
how much duration for this course?
3 months. The duration of the
3
course is
months.
3 months.
Okay, okay. So 2 hours, Monday to Friday daily, right?
Right,
totally
right,
fine.
right, right.
So does this include the certification cost also, or this is the course fees only?
This is course fees only.
Brother, you know certification course cost is how much? 85,000
No,
for three courses. And how much Arun is asking you to pay for that the course? 21,000 after the discount. Just use your common sense at least.
okay, okay, okay.
The certification course is going to be 85,000 by Cisco for these three papers.
For CCNA, CCNP, and third one is?
Third, CCNA 200301, CCNP in core, and CCNP in RC. There are three courses.
Okay, okay.
Guys, I have shared the WhatsApp group link. You can join, and if you have any query, you can ask there. I think this is going to be very wonderful
I
opportunity for you guys. Yes,
I wanted to ask, has the presentation been shared in WhatsApp?
sorry.
Presentation
The
PDF. Yeah, we'll share the PDF in the WhatsApp group. Just I am sharing.
Okay, the one that I have
which
presented.
So
which
Arun,
one? The yes.
after two hours, like how you will delete the coupon?
It will be expired automatically
Okay,
after 2 hours.
okay. Got it. So he is, I think,
Hello.
talking about the PDF which I had used in the class. So I will
Okay,
share
okay.
that.
You will get that in the group.
Hello.
Yes, yes, Saurabh.
Uh, Hi, Arun. You will also provide support to install the or set up the lab, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We have also team for that who will
Uh,
help you to set up
Sir,
GNS3.
understand you will have 24 by 7 lab support when you are going to take training from us, and after that, if you will implement, you will get benefit from the training. That is our success, right? So, our end goal is somehow support you to grow in your career, right? So, we will be always available, right? Even we are doing the same thing, and globally students are getting benefit, but we want a large number of engineers, a community of network engineers, right, in the future. This is the reason why we are working hard, right, providing training back to back, even not taking single days leave, right, so that in future we can, right, put the positive impact on lots of network engineers. So, sir,
Yes, and
definitely we will be available 24 by 7, not only to set up your lab, but also if you will stuck somewhere while configuring, after each and every module, lab will be assigned to you with topology and task, that you need to design this topology, you need to configure VTP like this should be domain name, and this should be the primary root bridge, that should be the best path, that should be the backup path, like that. Detailed task will be there after each and every module. And this way, if you will perform the lab, that will be your hands-on, and that hands-on will help you to get job, to clear the exam, right? And as soon as you will start getting benefit after our training, you will start suggesting to others. Even today we are getting the students enrolled by suggestion only. Most of the students are coming from the suggestion that my senior has completed the training from you, Praful, and from the PM networking, or someone some senior in my company has suggested me to take training from you. So that is our success, right? So definitely we are always available to support you at every point, right?
and most important benefit is that you are going to get the access of our close WhatsApp group community where the people like you are present answering your question and answer. You are making network of network engineers. Okay, you are in the community which you belongs. You guys will be answering, taking questions. Your idea will broaden about the networking. Okay, so these all things are going to create an learning environment which is going to bear fruit for you in the future. Okay, this is what our purpose is. And nobody in the networking industry is having these much long session on detailed and quality wise great topics. Okay, I have seen like many webinars, but quality wise they lack. And I know this. We have seen the numbers where students at our webinars are at very large number, be it on YouTube or even in Google Meet as compared to others. So it definitely indicates that the quality that we are providing is actually being appreciated by the people.
And Arun, I will just this is for suggestion. Never talk about others, right? In the
Right,
life,
right,
even you should not compare. Everyone is unique on the planet, right?
right,
So
right.
even I never compare someone else with myself. Everyone is unique, right? So just do your best and forget about everything else.
So, guys, those who want to join, they can message in the WhatsApp link or join our WhatsApp group also there, and we will definitely help with your queries. And you have 2 hours. Make sure if you want to enroll, you can enroll.
Hello.
Yes,
Uh,
Saurabh.
yeah, sir. Actually, my laptop had only 8 GB RAM, so it is sufficient to install all the required software.
8 GB RAM is sufficient, sir, but maybe you need to extend the RAM as well, right? Like at the end, when we will be about to complete the syllabus, at that time I will ask you to design the as it is enterprise network in your simulation software. But this is so simple. Like, see, if you are dedicated, if you are passionate to learn the networking, do you think simulation software should stop you to not learn? No, right? Hardly it will cost you 1000 to 1500 rupees to extend 4 GB RAM. You can very
Uh,
easily extend it. Even if you are not able to extend, sometime students are not able to perform lab in their own laptop. At that time, if I will feel really they need help, I am going to provide you the server access, right, to perform the lab at the end. But as a
because
network engineer, at least you should have, brother, 16 GB of RAM.
because sir, my laptop does not have the option to upgrade this. This is a restriction for that. That's why.
Then 8 GB RAM is sufficient. 8 GB RAM is more than sufficient.
And sir, the OS version home edition. So eventually install on this because sir, I have heard from some other trainer they are saying eventually not install on Windows Home Edition. It is correct or something
No,
else?
no, 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 it will work, brother.
It is work on Home Edition also, eventually
Yes,
software. Right?
exactly.
Okay.
You don't need
If,
to be worried about
and
that
see,
setting. We will do that.
I'm very about the installation setup.
if
We
you
will
are,
do
you
that.
don't have the hardware, right, you can create your account on GCP, Google Cloud. And when you will create your first account, Google is going to give you the resources at free of cost for 30 days. So for at least 30 days, you can set up your EVNG lab on cloud as well. Through internet, you can access from anywhere. After 30 days, you can change your mail ID. So many ways are there, brother, for that, right? If you are the passionate, no one can stop you to learn. Always keep in mind this, right? Our most powerful feature in the course is, our community, WhatsApp close community, where people are participating in Q&A every day. Once you are going to connect in a community of network engineer and all are the like-minded who are going to share the question from the real time, doesn't matter you are sharing question or answer or not, but at least you will be checking, so you will be learning. And when you will be learning, you will be curious to implement, right? You will automatically find the way to perform the lab, and we will be there, right? We are always here to help, so don't worry about the lab. In case if someone even don't have the hardware laptop where they can perform the labs, they can practice, then also there are so many ways from where they can set up the lab, they can configure, they can practice, right? But as a network engineer, doesn't matter you are taking training from us or not, but these three tools are mandatory for every network engineer. You should have packet tracer, GNS3 and EVNG in your laptop, right? Doesn't matter where you are learning, how you are learning, maybe you're learning by watching videos or not learning even. Then also, if you are the network engineer, you should have these three software to test whatever you are doing in the industry. Just implement it in your career, in your day-to-day activity.
So guys, coupon code is working now. You can apply the coupon code and enroll. Those who want to enroll, I have shared the link of the website also where you can enroll.
Yeah, hi, Praful. This is Mustafa. Okay. Yeah, thank you for giving your training session. I had 3 days continuously. I was watching, and I'm a member of your YouTube channel also. From since 5 months, more than 5 months,
Thank you,
and
sir.
I'm getting benefit. Okay, from that definitely. But due to some financial issue, I could not able to join this your CCNA batch, combo batch. But no
Correct.
issue. I will be trying in future. But I have some issues with my lab setup. I'm like asking to help for that.
What issue you are facing?
Some whenever I'm trying to install my OVA file this one QUM file, it's not
No, 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 no.
getting
Just
that.
do one thing. Let me tell you what you
Mm,
can do. After this session, just go to YouTube, search
mm,
EVNG setup PM networking.
okay.
You will find two videos. One is old video and one is latest video. Just I have uploaded, I think, 6 months ago.
Mm,
And in the description of that video, I have shared the my EVNG file through Drive.
okay.
So just
Mm,
download that EVNG and import it in your VMware. That's it. Automatically router, switches, firewall is already there in the EVNG. So even
okay.
you don't need to access your EVNG through the WinSFP to upload the images. Everything is already updated. Just you need to import the EVNG entire virtual machine in your VM. That is for earlier I was using that for paid student, but nowadays that video is available publicly.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys,
Thank
I
you
have
so much.
shared
I
I have
will.
shared the video. I have shared the video in the chat also. You can visit from there.
But anyway, I'm going to take in future. I will take that SD-WAN. I'm planning, but let me know.
Yes, sir. Definitely, you
Sure,
should
sir.
like not purchase the course through by taking the loan and something like that, because many free resources are also available, right? So if
No,
someone is not able to afford the fee, I will definitely not suggest him to borrow the money and then buy the course, right? You need to work hard, little bit more hard work, right? More hard work. You need to find the content, but you can learn it.
yeah.
Yeah, and even we have
This is way
in
the
our
way how you say right. It is going to motivate. Yeah. Thank you for.
Most
even we
welcome, sir.
have
That is
process to
true.
is out. We can provide installment option. Anyone if he can't afford the payment in single go, so definitely we have solution for them. They can enroll in installment option also, and we might provide some discount also for those who are having genuine issues. Okay, so you just need to message us on our contact number. You can find it anywhere. Okay, on our YouTube, any social media platform of peer networking.
Yeah. Thank you, Arun. Thank you.
Okay, Arun, that's all
Yeah.
then. Bye bye.
Okay, one person is asking to share the link of the group again. So I am sharing.
Okay, here.
I have shared the link of the WhatsApp group. Those who want to join again, they can join.
Call me once after this webinar.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Okay, guys, bye bye. We'll meet again.